What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome to the Monday edition. This is our fourth Monday, I guess now. Fourth Monday? Fourth Monday. Just so you guys know, I have no audio coming through to my headset, and that means LB isn't here. He is off doing his LB things. So we always have these little issues, and I'm just making sure that we're okay as we make our way through the second ever show without the safety net that is Little Brookman. There we go, I got her. It might have just been that it was outside of my ear, so that was my fault. And you know, thank goodness that you guys are there, because I always screw that up, and then I always realize right away that it's just because I don't know how to use these headpieces. So that's always fun. No LB. We got Noah in the booth. We got Ethan in the booth. We are hanging out our fourth week. Man, that went by really quick, hey, boys? Way too fast. So thank you again to everyone involved as we continue to build and grow with this movement of making the world a better place. And I could not be more proud of everyone involved with this, because it started out as a tiny little vision for a guy who was just wanting to do something fun with his buddies, and now it's slowly turned into a guy doing a bunch of fun stuff with all of his buddies, and the more buddies, and people coming through, and it's just, we talk about it all the time. It grows because it's pure, and there's no baloney with it. There's no people trying to get rich. We're all trying to get comfortable. We're all reminding each other, care about other people before yourself, and you'll notice it'll all come back, and then people start caring about you. It's so simple, it's so common sense, but people need to be reminded, because as you know, the world can be a interesting place lately with the way people act. Network Ryan just walked in. That guy, the only negative piece of crap around here, but we keep him around because he also makes sure we do the proper things to be successful. So deep down somewhere, I'm still looking to find it, but somewhere we have a little bit of respect for him. Not too much. Before we go any further, I believe it is time for the belle of the ball, the highlight of the show each and every day, the Megicam. Look at that. Look at that. And I love doing the Megicam early, because then you can sort of get a sneak peek at who's about to reveal themselves as our first guest. But this right here is the Megicam for our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Mike, Rochelle, Kirsten, Chris, and Shar. We got the full roster there. I was there the other day. And that's the entire team. And we love each and every one of you so, so much. And thank you for being on board and bringing the biggest content darling that we got. This is our ace in the hole right here, is the Megicam, because she's so unbelievably good at. Look at that. She's got that smile going, and it's, I could look at her all day. I'm thinking one show we will just do an entire Megicam, no switch, and then we'll just talk over it, because that's how you get the ratings, is what I'm told. All right, now, time to get down to business. We've had this guy on once, and that was way, way, way too low of a number for where I want to go. So we now have him back here again. His name is Matt Cuthbertson. I say we know him from all the bands. Give it up for my man, Matt.
Hello. How's it going?
There he is.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday
Which is
to
my
you.
Saturday.
Oh, yeah, because you got that.
Thank God it's Monday.
Monday is my favorite time of year. I can keep going. I'm going to tell you everything about Mondays. Kind of feel like Saturdays when you don't go to work. Every day is a holiday. Wake up when I want to. Do anything I want to do.
That's why you need to be singing all the punk songs for us, Gary.
I hear there may be some shows coming up where we might get another one out there.
I
We'll see what we can do.
I'm kind of putting it out there that should be a thing.
And I think that should be like a full-on tradition. You get right in here for me.
All right.
Don't forget about that, or we can even swing it back a little bit, because I want you to be comfortable.
Yeah, like I feel like a little bit,
I want you comfy,
okay. All right, this is good.
This is great. So the reason we bring this man on is not only he's one of the best people I've ever met, and we've been loved each other forever. But you are one of the most talented human beings I've ever met, and to the point where you are in numerous bands.
This is true. Again, I always say talent lightly. I practice lots.
That's a good point. You know, talent comes with reps. We talk about reps all the time.
I have always treated music like a sport in the same way that I prepared for like whatever baseball or even skateboarding or something. Like when I skateboarded, you know, I would have a list of tricks that I wanted to land every day and hone them and
that's
like,
how you become successful.
It was smooth or whatever. It could be better, and that's the way I treat it.
Perfectionist mentality.
Yeah, it's somewhere between sports and like my version of video games.
I love that. See, and that makes me so happy because this show is the perfect place to showcase all of these amazing people that we know and love. And speaking of your incredibly talented, most beautiful wife on earth, also here. Hello, darling.
Shout out to Erin Lindsay.
She's so sweet. And again, Raven Witch, love the Raven Witch, as you know, Into Eternity and the Mighty Untimely Demise.
That's right. Yeah,
And you're adding to that even more.
Well, yeah. I feel like I got enough on the go at this point where I kind of like with a job and then
the real job, and that's the thing. Everyone involved in this has real jobs.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like so now
except for us.
Yeah, with May coming up, this is where it kind of the last few months I knew that I had a bunch of shows coming up where we got Manitoba Metalfest, we got the Striker dates in Alberta and stuff, and it's kind of like because members are in, you know, summer in Regina, summer in, you know,
and that's a very unique part of your situation.
So like, it's a whole thing just getting the jams to prepare for the shows, let alone, and then, you know, everyone getting the time off work and this and that. But now we're to that point, so
you're in it now.
Yeah,
and that's what we're going to get into. So you mentioned the Manitoba Metalfest. Tell me what is going on with this. This is a festival right here, man.
You got 3 Inches of Blood that are coming back. They haven't been a band for about 10 years. They're coming back now. They're headlining the night that I'm playing with both Into Eternity and Untimely Demise, which is it's a whole thing just doing that in itself.
I'm always looking at all your guys' social media stuff, and when you and Merbs were practicing, I think it was Last Guildsman?
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite Untimely Demise songs ever. And the second I saw you guys just practicing, I'm like, oh, here we go. I have to post this, and I just want everyone to see they're doing it. Here we go again.
And that's just me and Murray kind of playing to the track or whatever.
Exactly, and the track's representing the guys that aren't there.
Like, where's the drummer? I'm like, Brian's a great drummer. You don't need to worry about him. This is just us playing along because unfortunately
they're not physically
we can't.
here. Yeah.
The only band that gets to jam regularly with the whole band is Raven, which because we all live here, which is sweet.
Yep.
But yeah, these other bands we have to make it work. Where sometimes you just
that's always blown my mind how you guys can do that.
Like with that last Regina show where we were doing that Metallica Damage Inc. cover, and literally we jammed it in front of the stage, you know, before we played it, and then played it the first night, and it was just like.
That's just a statement to you and the talent.
But I feel like it gives you this additional energy. Like you've got that little bit of nerves and that you need, so you end up like kind of not overplaying, but you dig deep.
I got a taste of that at your last birthday show. We 3 times we played through Nation States for Propaganda,
and we didn't even have Noel there.
Yeah,
we did it. Yeah,
and then like Noel went in.
The first time we played it as a band was on the stage.
That stage, and that alone was like. How do they do this? Like, as I was up there singing, I'm like, every single note's in the perfect place, and we barely even touched the work.
Yeah, we do it with mixed results.
Well, also the timing in that song is insanity, and I had no idea.
Every metal guy that I've ever played with, everyone's, punk, they start yawning, this and that, and I'm not because I love heavy metal, that's my heart, but as soon as they go to play a punk song, they're like, "Oh, this is weird. They're out of time." And it's like, no,
that's punk.
That's punk.
That's how it goes, man. Yeah.
You just can't play it.
So don't hate it because you can't play it. That's what I always say. So that's a way to do that. So you got Manitoba Metalfest.
Yeah. So
dates. What are the dates for
that?
This?
Is going to be May 10th, and it goes 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Yeah, full weekend. Hence the fest.
But yeah, and then we've also got, you know, Endless Chaos is on that night, and a cool thing about that is the drummer for that band was in Untimely when we put out our No Promise of Tomorrow album.
Those connections, they're always there.
And he's played with us many years, and lots of times when Brian couldn't do a show, James, that's the drummer of Endless Chaos, would come in and do it. So it's like, we kind of have just like met a group of people around,
That just
Canada.
fill
that
in and go when
yeah,
they can.
if we need, it's like the country pickup band.
And I will say about James, the best drummer in the history of music. Like the outfits, you remember the outfit that he put up at the Black Cat at their birthday show?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he playing drums there? Or am I just losing it? Am I getting mixed up?
That's got to be Brian.
Was that Brian? Oh, it might have
yeah,
been Brian.
That would be Brian.
So I'm getting
yeah.
it mixed up already. But
Yeah.
the outfit, like he's wearing the Zubaz pants
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
the.
That's Brian.
That's Brian.
Usually,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like some tight leggings,
Really tight.
Then it has the shorts.
Yes.
Usually sunglasses on, like.
And like those like outfielder the '90s baseball
gun
sunglasses.
muff. So then you're like, all right, Brian, let's go. And he's
Doesn't
just
look
standing there with a
anything.
blank stare. All right, Brian, let's go. And then it's like he can't hear you.
Yeah, he's more of a visual cue guy.
Well, because Brian also had played in Into Eternity,
Yes.
and I'm sure.
And
at
he's
some
another
point-
guy in a bunch of the other. Yeah.
But yeah, so for when I first started Into Eternity, we played everything to clicks, and it was all went through like MIDI and stuff, so I didn't have to like change my tones or anything. But basically, yeah, he's playing to a metronome beat, and he didn't even hear us at all. He's just doing his own thing.
Just going.
Yeah.
And man.
But yeah, so Manitoba Metalfest, that's gonna be sick.
Yes.
Then yeah,
How many fests have you guys done now over the years?
like different types of
Different
ones.
types, yeah, not just this one. Like, cause
Most of the major Western Canadian ones. So you've
like
got
Hellfest.
Well, you've got Loud as Hell.
That's the one,
In Drumheller.
Drumheller, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah. You've got Manitoba Metal Fest. We'd play. There used to be a Farmageddon that was outside of Edmonton. That's no longer. But yeah, we played that.
Yeah.
Calgary Metal Fest. They did one for a bit. That's no longer. We've never did Armstrong Metal Fest, but it's something that we will do at some point. Yeah.
And the reason I ask about that is it a whole different, and I hate using the Brooksy term so much, but a vibe, so dumb, compared to like knowing you're just like the headliner on a show at a bar, compared to all that?
Yeah, I would say so, because everyone usually is there camping out, and it's that whole camping thing where, after the night of playing and stuff, there's
It's party time.
cool parties, and
Yeah.
you just kind of walk around to everyone's tent and stuff, where a venue's a little bit different. It's
for
kind of like
sure.
the show's done. All right, guys, get the heck out of here.
The whole place is full of musicians, so I'm sure there's a lot of networking going on within that too, right? You get to see your buddies and you get to line up shows coming up together and all that.
Everything from photographers, artists,
Yeah.
they've got the kiosks with all the different things. But yeah, if you're looking for agents and different, that's where you're going to meet them.
And I love that. So
And yeah, everyone just thinks like, oh, these festivals are big, or it'll be tough to get in on that. But man, they're all just started by some guy or some girl.
that's all it takes.
It's
then
just
they
like
started
this
doing
place.
All it just takes one person to be like, I want to hang out with my friends.
And then it picks up a bit
goes.
of momentum, and
Yeah.
then you start getting the vibe, and
It's two vibe, three of them when I just said it.
Yeah.
I'm highly
But
embarrassed with our
you know
vibe
what?
count.
Before we drove our Kia Soul, we had a Pontiac vibe.
There it
If
is.
we're gonna-
Of course you did. Oh, look at Maggie.
Oh.
Maggie Camp saving us from the vibe talk. Again, proudly brought to you by Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle. Kirsten, Chris, and Shar, there for you. Love that place. I took a video of Leroy. Their dog Leroy was walking Maggie around. Like literally, Leroy's like this little puppy and picked up the leash and was walking Maggie through the store. Pet Planet was awesome.
Oh,
so so much fun over there. So we talked about that. Now tell me a little bit about Chad Carruthers.
Okay, he's been our go-to black and white artist, for all the T-shirts.
I got a whole
pretty
bunch of them in the house.
If you're in not just Saskatoon, but Saskatoon, and you're going to a show and there's a black and white T-shirt design, chances are it's going to be Chad. He's just great. Just finished doing a new T-shirt. It's kind of like Terminator, Robot War, kind of goofy stuff, but 80s
Love it.
vibe.
Yes.
So he's did a shirt for us. That's where I was before I came here. I was at Tucker's, which is another great
Shout 'em out.
great local T-shirt place.
Where can we find them? Where are they located?
Avenue B. I don't know the
That
exact
area. No, I don't need exact address, but it's over there.
Throw away.
Yeah. Right there.
But yeah, they're great, and again, just so casual. But their products, good turnaround time. They give you what you want. But yeah, with Chad, I love how not only can he do his cool like punk, thrash art, crusty art, whatever you want, but he can accommodate to whatever you want. Like he'll do hip hop stuff, or like when we did the birthday show that you played with us, I did the
Ravenwood
Home
shirt.
Alone.
You've seen it on this show. I've worn it twice now.
But yeah, we said we want to, do like a play on Home Alone, and he was able to do like just any stupid idea you want, he'll do.
This is the reason I ask, because I was at the No Effects show last year in Edmonton, and as I was there, I was wearing my Untimely Demise shirt, and this dude comes up. He's like, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt?" I'm like, "Oh, from the boys." He goes, "I think I made that shirt."
It was Chad.
It was Chad. I was like, "No way!" So then we were talking at the show, and then some other guys were like, "You did that shirt? I heard you did this shirt too." He's like, "Yeah." The whole punk show was full of Chad Carruthers' design.
That's so good.
It was amazing. So when you said that name instantly, I'm like, I know that name and I know that guy.
But yeah, speaking of No Effects, that makes me sad. That is the one punk band that I have never seen.
You got one more chance?
I know. I'm really thinking.
Guess what? I might have some hookups to get you there. I got a little crew going, and I think we can make something happen.
I'm on the fence because, like, man.
It's a big commitment because it's 2 days. So it's 2 shows and totally different set list from the Saturday to the Sunday. So it's going to be wild. And as we get closer, I've been waiting to have the financial stability to justify it. And now I'm sort of getting there a little bit, so I'm going to keep you posted. And you know how much I love bringing you to shows, man.
It's just crazy. Like Lagwagon, another great band, but No Effects, there's so like Linoleum, Sticking in My Eye.
They're my favorite band of all time.
You can just list off every song, and in my opinion, they're hits.
They're and that's the thing, just like that Lagwagon show we were at. You and I sang every word to every song. It was unbelievable.
My throat was sore the next day.
I couldn't talk.
Yeah. We were
and arm in arm the whole time. Like, it was so fun. And No Effects.
Here
we go. I got discards or no discards. And then, I just raged.
There's no way they're
so fun. Every song was like that. And
you said that was going to be the greatest night of my life. It was damn near close.
Right there, man. Right there. This No Effects might actually, because they're, again, one of the only bands that could do 2 sets totally different and still have every word to every song.
Man.
So,
okay, so we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. Striker. Tell me about Striker.
Okay, Striker, these guys, we've been playing with them for, I don't know. I don't want to say 2 decades, but not that far off. Probably 15 years.
Enough to be able to say 2 decades.
Yeah. We kind of like when we were just starting out, we wanted to be like Megadeth 2.0. They were going for the like glam, like Dawkins and kind of like just 80s.
Dawkins drop.
Yeah, just good 80s classic.
The ones we know and love,
metal.
right? Yeah.
So yeah, we've been playing together forever. We've played, their Arm to the Teeth CD release show many years ago, and now we're going to be playing their new. I believe it's Ultra Power, but it might be slipping. Their new album release show. We're playing the Edmonton and Calgary dates, and yeah, that's going to be awesome because we didn't get to play with them last time because of nonsense or whatever, but they had won the Juno for heavy metal,
which is
and
crazy,
we
right?
Them, and
Come on,
didn't end up doing that, so we're excited to get to play with those guys.
It's sort of like a make-up for that time.
And and that's kind of cool. Like, again, I haven't really said anything about this, but like Untimely Demise, we're gonna be getting another guitar player for those shows. And he's a great one of the great Alberta guitar players that's going to be playing with us. So that's just going to be a blast. And then again, similar vibes where we're going to meet up with him, probably play in front of the stage before the first show, and it's going to be amazing.
And it's just another example of how Untimely Demise, like on its own, is a whole bunch of people. Like you and Merbs are obviously like the heart of it, but you've surrounded yourself with all of these different people, and the fact that you're still doing it with all these people, like even Noel, like these people, they move away, but they're always connected with the band.
And then they leave or whatever, and then I pull them into another band.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not in Untimely, then you're going to be in Rainbow Witch.
That's right. And that's the exact same thing we're doing here, is promoting these people we love so much, and that's why we want to get you on here again.
I see it again with the sports analogy or metaphors. Is like it's kind of like we've got like our bullpen of it's like, okay, we got Brian.
There
okay, he can't play or he's injured. Let's bring in this guy.
Yeah, and just go.
If you got your all of your infielders and outfielders and pitching,
then
and
you're
everything,
set, man. That's right. If everyone's going at once, you're good. One more for you. Hell's Headbangers in Europe.
Okay.
Tell me about that.
Hell's Headbangers. That was I believe it was 2019, and that was in Hamburg, or just outside of Hamburg.
Oh, I remember the pictures.
Super cool festival, but yeah, got got picked up, taken to the event or whatever. And there was like Queensryche was on that show.
Sick.
Blaze Bailey, who was like one of the non-Bruce Dickinson Iron Maiden
There you
singer,
go. Yeah, but Iron Maiden nonetheless.
But I'm a huge fan, and I really wanted to meet him, but I actually had went out and I was doing some like garage sailing just in this little town because I wanted to find some trinkets to bring back for Aaron or whatever.
Such
and
a good
sure enough,
hobby.
the 1 hour that I left the hotel, Blaze came, and he's an English guy, so he's coming in for some tea, a spot of tea.
Yeah.
And Murray and Adam, the guitarist at the time, got to have tea time, and they rubbed in my face, of course.
As you tend to do,
just our old tea buddy, Blaze.
No big deal, yeah. That's, man, I remember, didn't you have to go through like the process of getting like grants? They kind of get a grant for that?
So we had grants to help us with the, like, because, you get your guarantee, but for the bands like Untimely Demise, where we're in that like almost middle level, you know, like beginner, almost middle. There. So like the amount that you can command for a guarantee doesn't really cover your flights, accommodations, all this stuff. So I believe it was Sask Music that ended up helping us with that.
And the reason...
They helped us so many times.
So many times. And I just wanted to give them some props and a shout out because without that, these dreams can't come true.
Oh, they changed my life in so many ways positively.
Absolutely.
From like, I believe it was Arts Board, but when we put out City of Steel and we got a $10,000 grant, like just a check.
Here you go.
To us. You don't have to pay it back, and it says Untimely Demise on it. We're like it felt like one of the movies, like
Wayne's World, man. It's Wayne's World.
Exactly.
Yeah. We got $5,000.
Or 10,000. But Sask Art, Sask Music, Factor, all those guys have been super helpful, and it's not that hard to do. You just have to apply for it.
I feel like they don't get enough credit for how easy they make it.
But they helped us with the flights for that and lots of certain things to get us there. And it was the coolest thing because I've always said, like, I've got a ton of goals that I want to achieve with music, but like playing in front of a huge crowd or having a song that really resonates, those are the two that I'm still going for. Yes. And like that was like a taste of it where it was like,
that's it.
It's close to a C where you can't see the end, but not
quite there. It's
like
90,000. We want like 120.
I was about like
90,000.
I'm gonna say 3,500. Just
no. We don't say the real number. We exaggerate.
Basically,
for TV.
I just want my eyesight to go, so then I just can only see the 10 rows in front of me, and then I'm like, I can, as far as I can see, there's people watching.
Do you ever like visualize that where you're in the pocket and you're shredding, and you just close your eyes and you can see it?
Oh yeah,
like you're bringing it to fruition. Yeah.
Because I have always been a shy, nervous guy. For whatever reason, I don't know why I got into doing this, but when I was in high school and it was my turn to like read the portion or I would be sweaty, like clammy hands, and
I'm always clammy hands.
It has been a life journey of breathing, preparing, just like positive affirmations of you got this. Everyone's rooting for you. Like
get those reps in. Yeah. No, that's amazing, dude. I could talk to you for a million hours, and I want you to come back more frequently than the last time. So we'll get if we could even get like a weekly check-in on like a Monday or Tuesday, because I know you got those days off.
It's perfect. Yeah.
So we can set something up.
Really want to get the band once the band start coming through.
Yes. The tour stop. Real quick. I totally didn't even have that on my list. So last time you were here, we talked about bands coming to Saskatoon. And you go do your sound check mid-afternoon, and then you spend like 5 hours trying to figure out what the hell are we going to do now? And that's not just Saskatoon, that's any town. As you tour, you are looking to fill this time in between your setup and then your actual performance. And we were talking about how this is the perfect place for bands to come in, hang out, have a beer, promote where they're going next, tell us a little bit about them, while you're hanging out with really good people who actually care about you and what you're doing.
Oh, it's a beautiful idea.
So we're going to start pushing that a little bit more as we head forward.
What do we got for time here? We still got time?
You talk. You one more time. Don't worry. Brixie's waiting to come in. So you're talking about the bullpen. She's in the bullpen right now. She's only thrown about 10, 15 warm-up pitches.
Yeah, but I really want that to be a thing. Like even... I know Tristan the Destroyer, our drummer for Ravenwitch, he's going to be playing with his band. They're doing their debut show in July with Battle Axe.
I was going to say Viking metal, man.
And
sick.
They've got a band coming in, I believe, I don't know off the top of my head, from Edmonton, but maybe that could be like
our start.
Be a soft open or something.
Absolutely. And then when those bands come in, they tell everyone else how much fun it is, then it organically grows. And that's literally what we're doing here is just letting this thing organically grow into this beautiful family of amazing, talented people that we want to show off.
But I don't hate the idea if we're out and about, say in Winnipeg or something,
Yeah.
and doing some Zoom stuff too, where I could talk to a band. You know, that could be a thing too. I don't know.
That is a thing. We already talked about if I had contracts and I believed in them, you'd be signing one right now.
Excellent.
And I guess it's not that I believe in them, it's just I'm lazy and don't know how to do them.
Yeah.
So once I get some contract reps in, we'll get you signing one.
Once we get someone that knows what they're doing, we got you.
That's it. Matt Cuthbertson from all the bands, thank you so much, my friend. I frickin' love you. And
Thank you,
we're
Gary.
going to make this like a weekly thing because we need to start promoting all of these incredible bands and incredible people.
Sounds great. And
Perfect.
Happy birthday. I'm so sorry I missed it, Gary.
No,
I hate myself.
No, do not even, no.
Okay.
It's all good.
I can't say to
No,
you,
guys.
happy birthday
Come
to
on.
you. Happy birthday, dear Gary. Happy birthday
Look at those
to
harmonies, the
you.
harmonies. Thanks, guys. That's very nice. And I will give a shout out to my niece Hazel, who blew out my candles before I could even make a wish yesterday. But you guys just made my wish come true, so we're
And
all good.
one other cool thing is now every time I've been on here, I did birthday shout outs, which is kind of good.
Maybe that's the thing. You have to come up with another birthday each time you come in.
Okay, but either way, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're good. Hey, give one more. I love you, buddy. Can I get a reverse hug?
I don't know.
Just there it is.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
awesome to
Half
drop him a
ounce,
quick
maybe?
one. I love you, buddy. Thank you
Camel
again.
clutch?
You are incredible. All right, let's keep this camera on me for 1 second as I say thank you again to Matt and his lovely wife and the bands and all the info. Check them out. Get involved with them because the greatest people you will ever meet. So unbelievably kind, and that just makes me so proud that we sort of have them as a part of this. So that's very special. And speaking of very special, this next lady, you know her from her social media company, owner-operator. You also know her as the voice of the millennials, and you know her as so many more things, but now we can also add Bunny Rabbit Savior. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Brooksy!
Hello, hello.
Hello, Brooksy. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing very well. I'm
That's good.
coming down from allergic reaction I got from saving a wild rabbit today.
Set this whole story up. Tell the people what you went through this afternoon.
Yeah, so I randomly was going to go on a walk. Me and my husband are competing for exercise. And so I was like,
Wow.
I'm going to go for a walk before he gets home. So I go out my door. And right in this park by our house, there's this rabbit just sitting there soaking up the sun. And I have this thing where I always try to touch the rabbits in the neighborhood. So I'm like, I'm going to go up and see if I could touch
Have you ever
this
touched one before?
Not until today.
Oh boy, I ruined
Oh, I thought it's good. Anyway, so I go up and I'm like getting really close to this rabbit and he's like not moving. And I was like, oh, but he couldn't like move his ears.
So he was alive.
So he was alive.
Yeah.
So then I go and I'm like getting closer and closer. I was like, I'm kind of scared to like pet him. What if he bites me?
Could be a crazy rabbit.
Yeah. So eventually I just like touched his butt and then he kind of like moved a bit and I realized that his arm was kind of not working and then his eyes were all goopy and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to feed him. So I stood up and I ran to my house, running. And I go and I grab lettuce, snap peas, carrots, a raspberry, just to see what he wants.
What he likes.
What he
You gave him
likes.
you gave him a buffet.
Yeah, I don't
Bunny
know.
buffet.
Yeah, so I'm going and I'm literally shoving the food in his face. And
If only we had video of that. I would love to see that.
yeah, well, look, it's your lucky
You
day.
didn't bring video,
Because
did
I
you?
do have a video of
Come
me feeding the
on.
bunny I saved today.
We're gonna get to see the bunny. All right, boys, you want to roll that little video? We'll see what this looks like.
He's so cute.
There's the bunny.
Oh, he wasn't actually eating it.
Looks like he's eating. It's going in his mouth.
It's fake news. He is just licking it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am sure. He only kind of ate the raspberry.
But look at the paw
his
go
little
up. He's like more,
That's the one
more.
that was working. The other one, not so much.
So the other paw didn't work.
So like, I'm like, why is this bunny like being so nice to me? And then it got spooked from somebody bringing out their garbage can
Classic.
and it just ran right into me. Like it didn't know I was there, just booked it. And I was like, I think this rabbit's blind. Like, so anyway, I kind of was worried about it. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to leave it because it looks like it's living its life. I go inside and I'm thinking about it and I'm texting you and I'm like, there's this bunny outside and I can't stop thinking about this.
And what did I say?
And you said, you should save him.
No, I said, you get out there and find your damn bunny.
And I said, is there somewhere I can go to take this rabbit? Because I can hang out outside with him all day, but then I'll miss coming on your show. So anyway, so Gary told me about Living Skies Wildlife Rehabilitation Center.
Amazing.
Yes. So I called them and I said, what do I do with this rabbit? I think he has broke his paw and he can't see. And when I went back out to go get him, he was just sitting in the middle of the street. And I had to like stand in the middle of the street with him and like wave cars around. And I was like patting his butt. I'm like, move out of the way. And all these people are like staring at me.
I was going to say, did anyone yell at you? Because I feel like that's a situation where people wouldn't understand what's going on.
They're like, watch out, it has rabies. No, just kidding. Nobody yelled at me.
I didn't mean like heckling. I was like just people being confused.
No.
Like, what does this girl do in the middle of the street?
No, but I mean, the rabbit was big, so they can see that he was in the middle of the street. So yeah, I called my husband. I was like, can you bring a box and a blanket? And so I threw the blanket over top of him and he's running around freaking out. And I was like, oh my God, he's like very active. Then I almost got him in the box. He came out and I was like, Brad, just give me the towel. And I literally just put it around him and I grabbed him and his little feet were like losing
He's
it.
scared.
Yeah. So I put him in the box. He completely settled down and took him to Living Skies Wildlife Rehabilitation Center.
Yes.
And they were so nice there. I just gave him to him. We went in a room and we looked at him and they said that they would completely take care of him and gave me this case number so I can call tomorrow and see how he's doing and get an update for everyone. And they solely work off of basically donations and they don't have like a reliable government income.
Yeah.
So basically they just do everything they're doing off donations and some grants. But in this letter they gave me, just to release one baby songbird, I'd like to raise and whatever, $400.
It's crazy.
So anyway, I also gave them some money and I was like, take care of my bunny. And so so I wanted to call on the show today and really just say thank you to them because
I tell everyone else.
Yes, they don't just accept birds. I've been taking birds there forever, saving birds, and then I don't know why I didn't think about it, but Gary knew somehow. How did you know?
So at the old house on Ruth Street, we had a bird that it was a bigger bird. I believe it was like a duck, like a bird that didn't belong, beside the house, like something that happened. Obviously, he flew in somewhere and this bird was hurting. And we went through exactly what you were going through. Mm-hmm. And we searched and searched, and then we came across these guys. Like, well, that's exactly what they need. And not only did they tell us exactly what to do, they came and picked up this bird.
Oh, that's
because it was
good.
like a rare occasion type of thing where it's like, okay, we're all over this. And while they were there, they said, by the way, we don't just do birds. So when you said that, I was like, they don't just do birds. I know this.
They do everything.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a place to support, this is the place, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They do so much good work, and people don't really understand how hard it is to do this good work that they do. So as we continue to grow and try to make this world a better place and help out the community, this is a huge part of that. So I'm very happy we got to give them a shout out.
Yes. And you know what? I had the best day hanging out with my bunny, and my dream finally came true. I've been trying to touch bunnies for like years now, and so to touch a wild one was pretty exciting for me. So
I think everyone wants to know, did you name the bunny yet?
No, I haven't.
If you were to name a bunny, would you be stock like, oh, it's Thumper or Bugs,
like
or would you
Peter?
Get off? Yeah,
just kidding. No, I don't know.
You'd probably go.
I'd probably just call him like Fluffy Butt or something. He's really fluffy.
Oh, Fluffy Butt.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is that what you call Brad sometimes?
No, but I call all my dogs Fluffy Butts.
Yeah,
I'm like,
true.
Look at this fluffy butt, and they're like, ah.
Yeah, you've even said that to Maggie a couple times.
Yeah, she is a fluffy butt. She actually has the fluffiest butt out of all the dogs I've seen.
That's a big praise coming from you.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of fluffy butts.
I've seen fluffy butts.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
What else is going on in your life? Now that we got all of this talked about, and again, one more time, shout them out.
Shout out to Living Sky Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. You can donate by searching that online and going to their website or calling 306-281-0554.
That's it.
Every donation will save Fluffy Butt.
Very important.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell me a little bit more about the bedtime. I'm scared I'm going to say the right past our bedtime.
Yes, it's
podcast.
going good. But you speak like you almost saying it wrong. I'm having this issue where I keep on saying past your bedtime.
That's
so
not right.
I was watching our last episode that we just posted yesterday, and I kept on saying it wrong. So that's my number one I'm not touching the mic a bunch, I don't have
Well,
that problem, but I do
But
have
hey,
a
that's
problem.
that's hiding tears. That's a whole other thing. That's a Gary problem, just being too openly empathetic over everything.
Yeah. So yeah, we had
Working on it.
we posted last night.
Yes, and you were a little bit, I guess, peeved, if you will, about the audio. And I was telling you, the audio was perfect when I was watching.
Yeah, it does like this hard right and left. So if you're listening to headphones, it's like somebody's whispering in your ear. But we switched microphones. So even though I'm sitting on the left, the audio is coming out of the right. So it's just really trippy to the brain.
And I didn't even want to acknowledge that. I just wanted to get into sort of letting you know that you don't have to tell people that stuff.
Oh, I just did.
know?
Well,
No, I
people know they're trolling
That's
me.
why I was asking. Has anyone noticed it was going to be the
Yes,
question.
yes,
so
they have.
people have noticed it. So you do have to
I
acknowledge
put a
it.
disclaimer before the video, which is
saw
actually
that.
kind of funny because
It
we
was
have no
funny.
idea what we're doing.
It's kind of like around here.
Yeah, exactly.
People tend to like that because it's real.
Well, and then you make one mistake and you never make the mistake again, hopefully. We'll see next episode.
Well.
We're re-recording with the right audio settings.
I wish I could agree with you, but as a guy who routinely has this headpiece or earpiece fall out, and then I'm like, guys, I got no audio. But it's just me. So I've done it numerous times now. So it's a little bit frustrating when you keep saying, well, this is a problem, and then realize, oh, no, wait, it's just me and my stupid earpiece. If only we had
will
those
be.
custom earpieces that people rock that never leave your ear.
Well,
Wouldn't
I
that
don't-
be something?
I never have a problem with the earpiece, but today it is coming out.
Yeah. Well, you had that weird one, too. You had the double-sided one?
Yeah, no, I have my own now.
Oh.
I did have that weird one that I
Yeah.
don't think that works. So
Well, those are, false advertising with those. So the podcast is going good. Any way we can get you and your lovely friend Cora in studio soon to talk about it. I'd love to,
Yes.
dedicate a bunch more time to pushing this because it is such an amazing project that you're doing. And the idea, just so people know at home, past our bedtime is literally these two gals talking about the stuff you talk about before going to bed. They got their PJs on, they got the blankies in there, they got the tea going.
yeah,
It's a total...
vibe.
That's why I let you say it.
Yeah,
If that's what you're into.
yeah, it's lots of fun. So I'm hoping we could get in this week.
Absolutely.
I would love to have
Let me
Cora
ask.
on.
Let me
She's
ask
super funny.
Network Ryan. Is that okay? Just jokes. We don't care. You know nothing.
shut
He's the
up,
worst. Yeah,
Ryan.
get out of here, you bum. I think we can do that. I know some people. We'll
Yeah.
get you guys in here.
I'll sneak her in. Oh,
That's good.
through the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's make sure he's
It's
not
accessible back there.
here. It is, and actually, we're moving forward on that too. I'm getting really excited. My man Jamie. Jamie, I know you're watching, dude. Me and Mr. Peterson, we were talking, and we're gonna get him in here very soon. Might even be a new show we're gonna bust out.
Ooh,
So that will be very fun.
nice.
Is there anything else on your list of things to talk about today, Brooksy?
I don't think so. I'm excited to see your next guest and hear some Blade stuff. So
You just gave it away.
No.
Why'd you give it away?
well, nobody knows who it is. I could talk about the Blades game. I got
Prove it.
roasted on the
The
Jumbotron.
video. You didn't send me the video.
Maybe I'll send it now and then they
If
can
you
figure it out,
can,
but
because then we could talk about it when my
it's
man's
so
up here.
bad. Yeah.
I
And
like the
I
video.
think
It
he's
was
done
very
a
funny.
Pizza Quest, so maybe you could comment on some stuff too. So
Was it pizza that was
I'm
falling out of
giving
your
everything
mouth?
away. I need to go home.
Was it pizza that you were eating?
Yeah.
All I saw was just a big thing of mush.
Anyway,
I'm like,
They have reverse
ugh.
cam me shoving a whole pizza in my mouth. And it was so bad. And you could hear the crowd just
Loving
being
it.
like,
They
oh.
loved it. Yeah. Like, look at her go.
I got the Houston pizza.
Those individual Houston pizzas.
They're small.
They're small, but was it okay?
It was good. It was good. Like, it was good for other things I could eat there because I'm vegetarian. So it's like kind of hard to find
Good
food to eat.
vegetarian options.
Yeah.
like
But
that.
anyway, I wish it was bigger because I really would have took an even bigger piece and I think it would have just
I think I
gone
know what
viral.
we're doing next time you're here. We're going to get a bigger piece of pizza for you, and we'll see what's going on. Yes.
Oh, we're
Yes.
talking pizza. I like pizza.
We can do that. Okay.
All right.
Hey, love you, buddy.
Bye,
Thank you for always being so
bestie.
good. Ladies and
And-
gentlemen,
Just wait. Happy birthday.
Brooksy. Thank you, Brooksy. There you go. So we're all caught up with that as we now welcome our very next guest, my man. Come on up here. I'm trying to keep it like somewhat continuous. Is that a word? Continuous. With not having the guest just walk straight up, but at the same time, it's sort of fun to just have everyone see this stuff. So I like to do the Abracadabra.
Morning, bud.
Give it up for Croker. There he is. Yes.
New shirt,
Finally.
Prairie Print House.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Man,
I
we
like
got a
this
lot
one,
of
man.
different like shirt shout outs to that. I love
Your
this.
shirts are on the door there that act as curtains. So you got to get a feature on those. Those are some solid shirts there.
That's actually from Augusta, that one.
What?
Legit. Yeah, that Masters one.
That's just not like. Did you ever have the iron-on paper? Did you ever make your own shirts back in the day?
I was not cool enough.
I
wanted
had the
to.
most Quicksilver shirts ever in 1999.
I love how we laugh at that, like it wasn't something we all did.
You know Quicksilver, how they had like the little red tag there? I would even get like a little tiny one, and I would iron on like a little red one there to make it look legit.
Good for you.
Oh yeah,
That makes me so happy.
That is so trailer trash. Now that I look back on it, there, hey, that is.
I think it's ingenuitive and great.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey.
Yeah,
Beard's,
absolutely.
Beard's looking good.
Man, it is falling.
I'm coming for you.
I got it. Yeah, no, I love how you're letting it go. I'm basically just trying to hold off until the very last second to get it done, just because it's like a commitment, and I'm like, I don't want to lose the length. Every time I get it trimmed, it goes a little bit less.
So, any Blades games? You go to the Blades games or no?
Not yet, but I know you did.
Blades games were hype. I'm telling you, you got to
So
go.
hype.
You
Man,
got to
the
go with me.
pre-show-
Let me know. I'll
the
get you a
pre-show?
ticket.
Yeah.
Just let me know. I'll get you a ticket because like electric atmosphere.
Leroy.
I know some people are kind of still like, oh, it's the junior hockey team, right? It's not just about that. It's about supporting the local team and doing like a super Saskatoon thing. They're taking on Moose Jaw, and it is crazy in there, man. Like they got Houston Pizza in the rink now. All these Regina people forever, and Yorkton
Loved it,
too. It was
yeah.
in Yorkton back
Yeah.
in the day. Estevan. It's more of a southern Saskatchewan thing.
Absolutely.
But now it's coming north. It's at the rink. It's actually delightful.
cool.
Had 3, buddy. I had 3 because they're those little individual ones, right? And then
and
you have one
that's
that doesn't
justified,
count. First
of
one
course.
doesn't count.
That's
First one
right.
really doesn't count. Then I had 2, and then the game went to overtime, and you're like, okay, I guess I'll hammer 3 individual pies here.
That is the Ricky from Trailer Park
Yeah,
boys.
9 cans of ravioli.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Nobody likes to admit they ate 9 cans of ravioli.
First
Like,
couple
the first
don't-
2 don't count.
first
The
couple
second,
don't count.
Third and fourth, you
Yeah.
burn them with the blowtorch, and then by the time you're all done, and you ate 9 cans of ravioli.
The best part of that season is the hash driveway and how they're like just smoking the driveway. That one scene.
Straight off the driveway.
It hoots off the
God, I
driveway.
love that show. So
but
good.
Matt, and then the
Tell
game.
them about pre-show. I want to talk about how
Yeah.
cool this pre-show was that you did with Leroy.
Yeah, so Leroy, I think everyone knows the Leroy and Leroy guy from like,
Leroy
there's
and
always
Leroy,
something to do.
yes.
He's doing the signs and all that. He's one of the first guys to really like embrace Saskatchewan and be quirky online about Saskatchewan. Not
Yes,
like, hey, look how big of a
trendsetter.
dump
A
this is. Oh,
trendsetter.
it's so boring here.
Yeah.
He's like, no man, there's always something to do, right? Like it's kind of cool thing, right? Hey, he's a
course.
former radio guy. He was on air in Moose Jaw for a long
you
time.
go.
He did the music at Warriors games for like 10 years. He was the PA announcer. So a lot of kind of our roads have it's like I
Right
can
there.
relate to the guy a lot, right? Hey,
Absolutely.
so he also works for my company, Creatory. He's also kind
We
of
love
affiliated there.
Creatory,
He's
by
also
the
kind
way.
of
Love you
affiliated with
guys.
them. So
Yes.
we're like, hey, let's just do a little collaboration, kind of like, we know each other. Let's work together, kind of that same thing.
Lawn chairs
But
in
we're
the
like,
parking
and we're
lot,
just like,
man. It
why don't
was
we just set up
amazing.
some lawn chairs and set up some tripods and then go on our Instagram lives and
Yeah.
whatever. And people, just the drunkest fans were coming up, giving us whatever, right? Because here's the thing, they recognize Leroy because he's such a big. He's got like 500,000 followers on
That's
Instagram
insanity.
and
Good
a
for
bunch
him.
more on TikTok. He's big. He's a big
Yeah.
deal. So people come up and they recognize him, and then it's like, oh, you're that weird Zamboni guy, right? And it's
Not
like-
even in
and it's
that
like,
way.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
That's
once
me,
you told me,
right?
no
Yeah.
way, I want
That-
all your stuff.
That was a couple
Yeah,
people
that's
didn't know, and they're like,
awesome.
"Oh yeah, you are the Zamboni guy." So it was like, it was just cool doing the pregame show with him too. He's actually a pretty knowledgeable hockey guy. So
that.
and yeah, just the fact that everyone was like, it was exactly what we wanted. We were scared that we would set up shop and everyone would just walk by and be like, "Who
Ignore
are
me,
these
yes.
complete zeros set up in a parking lot, taking up?" We tried not to take up any parking
Tailgate,
spaces
man. It was
or anything,
great, though.
right?
It looked like a tailgate down the States.
People were coming down. They were like, oh, like a couple
They had
people.
stuff to
Well, I
say.
don't want to get them in trouble, but they were sneaking in like Mickeys on their legs and stuff. Like, do you want a drink before? And like,
I
no,
would
no,
never-
no, we're good, right?
never done that.
But that's the atmosphere right now at these games. They're rowdy. They're not
That's
just,
it.
you got the family part of it, but there's more younger kids going to these games. You should see the amount of like 18-year-old, 19-year-olds just getting rowdy, whole body painted and stuff. There was like 7 different groups of body painting.
Didn't they have like the whole Hilltops team there for one?
Yes,
year?
no, that was during the
good.
regular season. So I think the Blades have offered them tickets again because
Nice.
the whole Hilltop
repping. It was
team,
great.
so they were there to celebrate when they won the championship, classic Hilltops, and their entire team sat there behind the goalie. The Moose Jaw's goalie's name is Unger, and they went Unger, whole team Unger. And this game, like there was maybe 2,900 people at this game because it was like super cold. Roads are bad. No one comes on a Tuesday, right?
Tough one to fill.
Man, and then these Hilltop guys just made the crowd so rowdy.
Jacked.
And it was the rowdiest game of the year. There's only 2,900 people there, and just
figure.
because of these Hilltops. So hopefully they come and they start the Unger chant because we're not hard enough on them, right? We're not like it's loud and it's rowdy, it's crazy, but we're not we're not, I don't want to say nasty enough, but we don't have that edge right now, right? We're just too nice. We're Saskatoon. We're too nice, so we need to have that edge.
Before we get into the actual games themselves here in round 3, I believe we have the Jumbotron video of Brooksy crushing
Okay, this
the
was
pizza.
hilarious.
So I want to see this. Let's go ahead and run it, boys.
They do this thing called the Snackwords cam. There it is. And yeah, basically they just take it's the easiest thing to do. You just get B-roll footage, and here we go.
And you could hear the whole crowd.
Yeah,
go,
the whole crowd. Like everyone had it was kind of like, oh, and then that one happened. It was like, oh, huge crowd pop. But man, that's the easiest. That's the easiest and best game because you just get B-roll and then you put it in reverse.
And just so you know, coming from this guy, it means a lot more than just a normal jabroni stand-up because you were the in-stands host forever and you were a part of all those. You're the guy saying, "Oh, look at this
and
one,
that's
look at
easy,
that one."
right? Yeah, you just get to sit there. I wish I still did that for that. I just would have roasted you and just been like, I kind of miss that. That's the fun part of the job is having fun with the crowd and stuff. But it's also way better just actually sitting and not having to run around and get sweaty and
enjoying the game.
Do 1,000 steps during the game, right?
Too many steps.
Oh, I mean stair steps. If I only did 1,000 steps, that's pathetic. I'm pretty bad at my job.
Like how I just said, that's way too
pretty
many
bad.
at that number, and you're like, oh, that's easy. It's like, oh, geez.
But game 1 goes to overtime. Blades lose. It was tough because again the boys had the lead and everything was going great. And it's just momentum, man. It's
so strong.
And it's tough because it's even though there are a lot of fans in there, it's an NHL kind of barn. It still feels kind of empty on the top, even though there's 10,000 people there. It's still tough, number. And it's just kind of like okay, so the silence is like, oh, it's too quiet in here for a playoff game. Yeah. They took advantage of it. They also score on every single one of their scoring chances. Like they're good. They got I think they had 7 World Junior players on their roster. They got a bunch of future NHLers. Like we're talking guys who are going to be in the league 15 years.
They're coming in hot.
This Matt Savoy and Fergus Circus, man, they're just killing it. So, but then game 2 comes around. Moose Jaw goes up 2. It's like, oh man, and their fans are traveling well. They're almost like the Hilltops. They're giving it to Gardner in our own
your
barn.
own house.
But then all of a sudden, we start putting it together. We start clicking, and then we go to overtime. It was just like we can't go down 2-0.
It's huge.
And the best part was I was watching right by like Section E, Section F. As soon as they score, I was the first person out. And so I stayed for the whole game, right? I'm not leaving to beat traffic, but I saw it. I sallied with the guys I was with there.
Huge.
Boom, out, and everyone. We're just if you can ever go to a Blades game or a Rush game and experience that rush out where everyone's like, man, I have a chance to beat it, right? It's the best. It's like
which way do you go out? Do you go out the back way?
No, I just go out the front. Yeah.
See, as a Neon Flamingo, every time we play at Saskatoon Center, that's how I learned about the back way out. And I thought it was super sneaky, like look at us go. But then you go to an actual event and everyone's lined up that way too. I'm like, oh, never mind. Man, I'm not sneaky at all.
Go early. It was crazy getting in there. Just again, be prepared to maybe be stuck in the parking lot because it's kind of like those old school Rush days when they first came here and it was just packed. Man, it's kind of at that level and people are excited. And if when it comes back here for Game 5, if the Blades are up 3-1, if we can steal 2 in Moose Jaw, which I think we can do. Realistically, I think we're going to split them. Their crowd is crazy. And playing in the hangar is what they call it. It's
the Crush
tough.
Can? Oh, no,
the Crush Can's gone, but they got the new one, right?
Exactly.
But they still got those vibes, right? Moose
course.
Jaw can party, man. Moose Jaw, they can party and they can get rowdy. One got that original 16 jersey. They got a bunch of guys just like that have the fun jerseys and that are really, really passionate about the team. So I think again that home atmosphere and the talent they have, I think they might win one at home against us. But if we go up 3-1, it's gonna be Game 5. I have a feeling could sell out.
Well,
and then or if it's 2-2, man, that game's such a huge game too. That would almost be more rowdy than if we're up 3-1. Have a chance to clinch.
It's just the best of 3 at that time.
I know, man.
And you got 2 home games versus 1 home game. So
I'm going to Moose Jaw tomorrow.
Of course you.
So me and Leroy doing the pregame or parking lot pregame.
Parking lot again?
Oh yeah. So I'm going down there. Gonna go to the Mad Greek. I've
Moose
been there.
Jaw establishment. You know what? I will tell you. Mr. Moose Jaw himself, the great Ryan Usher, who is a Rhino and great friend. I love him so much. I told him I was going there to buy some rims for a car. It was a very random thing. I said, "Where am I eating, bud?" He goes, "Obviously,
Mad Greek, man,
every time."
Yeah.
And what do you get there? He told me to get the pizza sub. I got the big pizza sub. So good.
I'm getting dry ribs. Anytime I go to a Greek place, they're getting dry ribs, right? But I also want to see if any place is better than Mr. Ribs dry ribs. But
that's
I've yet to find them. I don't know.
Mr. Ribs is ingrained into your soul. You've been going there forever.
I'm borderline thinking of getting a tattoo of just the Mr. Ribs logo or something.
Dude,
like that.
I know a tattoo
I've been thinking
guy.
about tattoos lately. I'm just maybe I need more tattoos.
I know a tattoo guy who would probably hook you up.
My tattoos are all I have a sad one on my wrist when people. It's like, oh, and then I have to tell the sad story. And then I was drunk in Vegas and got the Pilsner bunny tattooed on my ankle.
I just saw it. It's actually there. That's awesome. Oh, he's gonna do it.
Oh, you gotta close
Show
it.
some leg, bro. Look at that.
Really-
Yeah.
The light is making you can't tell because I'm so ginger. That's how ginger I am that you can't see it because the light is there.
I can see that.
It's shit, man. I think I spent $500 on that. I don't remember getting it. It was my brother-in-law's bachelor party. And I woke up with it on my leg, and I was like, well, okay. I was just like, just don't be like a dick, or don't be like boobs, or don't be something, right? Like I looked up, so I took it off, and I'm like, not bad. Okay, I had a pet bunny growing up. His name was Baxter. He was awesome. Like, I love my pet rabbit. And then I was like, okay, it shows I'm from Saskatchewan. I had a pet bunny. Boom, there we go. And I don't no knowledge of it getting it.
You
So
want to talk about Canadian nostalgia? You were the reason. Was it Labatt Light put that commercial out where the guy's got like the nipple ring and he's listening to the answer machine? He's like, oh, that's not bad. And then his whole back, whole back tag's like, you the man, cool guy.
Yeah,
That's you. You're that commercial.
That's pretty
You're the
much
target audience.
Man, those beer commercials were so good back in the day. Canadian
McKenzie.
beer companies, or just beer companies in general, those early 2000s, they were great. Their marketing departments, their commercials, like remember the Bubba beer commercials, the Bubba kegs, the beer,
course, yeah.
beer. Those were freaking fantastic.
Oh, we could do a whole show on just beer.
Oh, I could do one on commercials. Just like early
should.
90s, 2000s commercials.
Maybe
oh
we-
yeah,
maybe we
the Canadian PSAs. Like Astar the robots and
I can take my arm back off.
I
You
remember
can't.
the one that's
Stay safe.
stay alert, stay safe. Yeah, don't you put it in your mouth. Do you remember the two mice? Then they're in the wall, and there's the big thing of cheese that's on the mouse trap. Yeah, and they don't do it, right?
Don't do
I always think about like how traumatizing would it be as a kid if it's like,
Oh.
no, let's get the cheese.
alternate endings to these Canadian PSAs where it
The other
actually
good
goes
one,
bad what they say you shouldn't do.
The brain of wires, and then
Oh,
it was
that's
like, and then
creepy.
they pliers just slowly, and then it's like, this is your brain on drugs,
Drugs,
because the
yeah.
Americans had the egg one,
Yeah.
and then then
Frying
scramble
eggs,
up. We
yeah.
had the wire brain on it,
Literal.
right? Acne guy. House Hippo. House Hippo is like the Wayne Gretzky of Canadian PSAs.
Yeah. Was that a heritage moment?
Yeah, that was no Canadian Heritage Moment was its own
Its own
thing.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was its own little universe of Canadian
You guys
PSAs.
did a little something with that in your old place too, didn't you? With
the
Heritage
good old
Moments?
place, 92.9 or 92.9 The Bull. Yes,
Sorry.
the old good place. We did like Saskatchewan Heritage Moments.
they were really cool.
I don't think
I
had Body
I
Break
remember
too
them.
with Hal Johnson and Joanne
Joanne
McLeod.
McLeod, yeah.
90s TV rock back in the day. The We Are Girls, We Will Do What's Right for Us. How the girls, there was a good girl PSA. Everybody's good at something. I'm good at sound effects. Here's a T-Rex. What's your and then bugs, and they're like, wow, okay, buddy, right? Yeah, right. Do we keep going or
Hold on, we are actually getting up to the time here, but I did want to say one more time. So let's get ready for Game 3 tomorrow night. You're going to be doing the Leroy and Leroy in the parking lot
Yeah.
with Croker pregame show. Real quick, what do people need to know to make sure they take all this stuff in?
just
Where to find it? What to do?
Instagram, TikTok. If you're on that stuff, just look up my name,
Radio Clayton.
Clayton Croker. Because
Oh, the real
I don't know
name.
if you've heard this or not, Gary. I don't work on the radio anymore. Thanks for bringing it up.
That one double hurts because again.
We can laugh. Hey, we laugh at it now. But just on the social media stuff like that, doing a Zamboni Quest video too. So Moose Jaw Zamboni driver, I've been doing it for 30 years in the old crush can. So I'm
You
gonna
had
do
a
like a podcast episode with him, get his stories about the old barn there. Do the last Zamboni episode, then maybe do some golf in there, and it's a night away from the kid. Me and the wife are going down to Moose Jaw for a nice romantic getaway.
Yes, sir.
We're not even going to the spa, and that's the one thing you can say when you're going to Moose Jaw.
the romantic thing to do.
No, we're going to the hockey game and the Mad Creek. I'm a good
That
husband.
sounds like a perfect night.
I'm
to
a good
me.
husband.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not a good husband or a husband at all. But I feel like that would be a great night.
I think so too.
And I feel like your lovely wife would enjoy it because
Yeah.
she's also about
it's gonna
all
be,
those things.
but that's gonna be a good time doing that stuff, and then doing some stuff at the Zamboni Quest, getting some other content in the game, and then just go Blades go until they win it all. So
And I want to get you out because you're doing your best small town golf courses, and I got one. I got a gem just down the way, and I'm gonna get you out there. So that's coming down the wire as
is
well.
it the Pike Lake one?
No.
'Kay.
This one is a very local one, and that's all we're gonna say. But I already ran it by you, and you okayed it, so you're already doing it.
Yeah,
is why I'm promoting
obviously.
it. So that's gonna
anything
happen.
you want me to do, I'm gonna do it.
I love you so
matter
much,
what.
buddy. Thank you again for coming in.
Hey, no worries.
You are an angel and a beautiful, beautiful human being, and I appreciate you greatly.
Cool, buddy.
Keep it up. Hey,
Vice
Croker,
versa.
everybody.
Thanks, friends.
Later.
Bye.
My man. Oh, God, I love, see, the live studio audience is just so special, man. It gives us such a good feel of what we're doing here. And that's the new word I'm going to use, feel, instead of that V word you always try to drop, which is so stupid.
Vibe.
It's not going to be one for much longer if you keep saying that. Just want you to know that. Love you, buddy. You take care. That's my man. Yeah, you're my everything. It's funny how we talk about the old places and how they affected us. As I always have to make sure that whenever I talk about the old place, I love everybody there. Each and every one of you. I miss you all every day, every second. You guys are my everything. I just want to say hello to you all again. And I was the reason I was let go. Big time. So nothing on them. That was all me. And I just want to make sure I always get that out, because you know, when you get talking about these things, it's very easy to take it the wrong way. And I don't want anyone to think it's being taken the wrong way. I'm very aware of what happened. I just want to make sure everyone knows.
Would you do it again?
Everything, yes. Every single thing. Because if I wouldn't have made all these mistakes in my life over and over and over again, not only would this place never be built, but I wouldn't be able to allow other people to come in who have also made mistakes over and over and over and tell them, listen, you can change. You can always change. It's easy. You just have to put your mind to it. Realize, like a very good friend of mine came in here the other day and said, dude, it's all about the windshield, man. Forget about the rear view mirror, all about the windshield, and just keep going, because that's how you stay focused. So those little things, I'm all about these little mottos now, and they've just helped me so much. So anybody who's, you know, feeling like they have no self-worth and all that stuff, just trust me, you will get there. It's a lot of work, and I'm still working on it all the time, but as long as it's for the right reasons, you will be okay. All we need is a chance. You just have to give people a chance. So that's important. Speaking of giving people a chance, if you're a content creator or an advertiser who loves what's going on here, I'm going to try to get the spot right here. Head on over to DufferinAve.com. I can't get it the right way. It's about to pop up here. I know it. Ethan? Noah, you got a Dufferin Ave? Oh, there it is, but now I'm gone. Anyways, that's it. I wouldn't have hit it anyway, so that's fine. Head there. All of the information you need. Hey, look, we got our social medias up on the top right there, too. If you want to be like SCS, let us know. We'll put your banner down there. We'll talk about how amazing you are and how you built this place. And we will promote you, because this whole thing is all about you. The second that we all come together and realize we're helping each other, you'll notice the feeling changes. Everything just starts feeling right. And I don't want to preach. I don't want to talk out my ass or anything like that. I just want you to know that I am a living example of all of these things that we talk about here. So if you feel like you want to be a part of that, head there, and we will make it happen. Fellas, is there any way we would have some Frankies? Do you want to come play the Frankies with us?
I love playing piano.
She's a pianist this one.
I am a pianist.
That's it. See, that's what I'm talking about. She always takes it to the gutter. Hey,
What?
You just hopped in here, and now you're talking like pianist isn't a word pianist.
No,
You're making it sound like something else.
You did that.
I did not.
No.
Frankie?
I actually said pianist right the first time. I don't know if I said it right that time.
That one sounded a little more knob. As we get ready to play it out. You have your earpiece in too, don't you?
I do. I could hear it. Last time I rewatched me playing the
It was
piano.
pretty close, weren't you?
Oh,
I thought you were
I'm a good
pretty much
piano
dead
player.
on.
It's because I know how to play the marriage song that goes dun 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 dun.
That's not a marriage song.
That's
That's the end of Star Wars. Oh.
That's the only
I
one
thought
I
you were
know.
playing the Victory March in Star Wars.
No, but that's my fingers.
That's fair. Now, see, this is the point where I question myself, because Frankie's could be playing right now and I wouldn't know.
No, it's not happening.
Oh, it's going to though. They're on it.
Okay.
Noah and Ethan are all over this. Okay,
It
so
is?
it's play. Oh, it's just not going through our headsets. That's okay. So just play.
Oh.
Just let me know when we got to go. Give me a little timeout. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. You're going to have to fake it now. That's going to be good. What a show lineup. Like Matt and his lovely wife. Aaron, thank you guys. I love you so much. Brooksy, obviously, thank you for saving the bunny.
Woo.
Oh, Fluffy Butt, we'll get updates on him. Don't forget to support all of these incredible businesses that are doing great things like
Like
right
the
here. You guys put it
Living
up.
Skies
Rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation.
It's upside down. There we go.
No, Living Skies Wildlife
Rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation, because they only take wild animals.
Yes, and not just birds.
Yep.
Remember that.
Any
That's what we
animal.
learned.
Foxes,
That's right.
badgers,
Yes.
porcupines, skunks, you name
All
it.
of them. Sorry, I forgot to play. As well, Croker. Croker, thank you for always crokering it up in here. We're going to get more of him going as he's on these adventures. He's in Moose Jaw tomorrow. So that's going to be great as they get you a little pregame show. Be sure to check it out from the parking lot Pre-gaming in the parking lot with Leroy and Croker. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Go Blades, go.
To Network Ryan, you're a piece of poop. We don't like you. Get out of here. You too, Ethan and Noah. I love you guys. Thank you for helping us on LB. We miss you so much. Can't wait to get you back in here tomorrow, and we're going to have a bunch more fun. And to you, most importantly, thank you for watching and supporting. This is so cool to understand what we're doing, and to be a part of it and to have you aboard means the world to us. So I just wanted to let you know that. Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Until then, have yourself the most amazing Monday night of your life, and you take care of yourself. Don't forget, be kind, all right? Do good things, and good things will start happening to you. Karma is very, very real.